next speaker, co-founded Slashdot and IgniteA2. Let's have a warm welcome for Nate Oostendorp.
Hi there, I'm Nate Oostendorp, and I'm going to talk about how open source manufacturing will change Michigan forever, and how the Automation Alley can defeat the Silicon Valley. Now, back in 1895, George Selden made a patent on the road engine. This is a 2-cylinder engine that moves wheels down the road, and for 20 years he had a monopoly on the car. He had an association that you had to join. He never made a car in his life until this man, Henry Ford, decided to take him to court and challenge it, and he won. Ford started a new association. This instituted patent sharing. All the car makers joined this association and were able to use each other's patents to make cars better. And for 30 years, in the golden age of Detroit, there was one of the earliest modern examples of open innovation right here. Now, fast forward to the end of last century. The internet comes of age. Open source becomes a movement online. Now, open source is software that's given away for free, but it's better than just free software because you can actually use little pieces of it to make new stuff. And this led to a huge ecosystem of tools for making websites and connecting computers together and making them talk. And open source is a catalyst for innovation. It pushes the envelope of what even a few people can do. It's like if you've got Legos. It doesn't just make bigger blocks. It gives you lots more different pieces to work with. And when someone designs a really cool new part, it can get distributed and adopted in a very efficient manner. It's a way of decentralized collaboration. These guys made a lot of money, but they didn't do it alone. They were using blocks of open source. Zuckerberg had access to web servers and databases in his dorm room, and the Google guys harnessed immense amounts of computing power for the price of chips and electricity. This little thing is the darling of open source hardware. Italy, 5 years ago, a school decided they wanted to make microcontroller programming easy. It started getting some traction, and people started building on top of it. They built libraries, they built extensions. Pretty soon, it can move motors and read sensors. And then people started building things that make stuff with it. This is the RepRap and MakerBot 3D printers. They take in something that looks like weed whacker plastic and open source. Like a robotic hot glue gun into a shape that you have on a 3D model on your computer. This is really exciting stuff for people who are interested in personal fabrication. The idea that your basement workshop over the next 10 years might have a lot of computer-controlled equipment and be able to make, say, anything from IKEA with a few sheets of plywood. But personal fabrication is good for stuff on this end of the long tail of stuff. Stuff on this end, you want to automate because you want to maximize the use of the machines that can make these things. Automation transforms manufacturing from a labor industry into a technology industry. And Michigan is at the center of a technology industry that we seem to have not woken up to yet. There's a lot of, this idea is snuck into our kind of thinking that there's this idea of post-manufacturing, that making stuff is something that they do in Asia, that there's no way that we can compete because we pay people too much money. But what we need to do is create smart manufacturing. Open source automation creates a path to making smart manufacturing affordable for even small manufacturers. It's a way that tools, parts, and information can flow within and between factories. Now, how do we do it? Well, first, we have to grow a mouth, which is what I'm doing tonight. We're also building open automation products that can be used in factories. Finally, we want to reimagine the factory, more as a network of computers and less as a bunch of tools talking on a bus. If you are interested in why Michigan will win, we have world-class automation expertise here. We have a great network of small and large manufacturers, and people are open to change. The last 10 years has been a drubbing for Michigan manufacturers. So look me up online, IgniteA2-talk.com. Follow at IgniteA2 Inc. The future of industrial computing is open.